Somewhere in the galaxy, an advanced civilization might already be doing this, building a structure so massive it completely encloses their star, capturing every photon, every watt of energy their sun produces. Now imagine, we wake up tomorrow and find ourselves inside one, trapped, surrounded, by a shell built by someone else. Stay with me until the end, because the way out of this scenario is far stranger than the trap itself. But first, your question today. If Earth was sealed inside a Dyson Sphere, do you think it was built by an alien civilization? Or could humans theoretically build something like this ourselves someday? Drop your answer in the comments. New here? Subscribe now. Because this is where physics meets the impossible. It happens at 6:14 a.m., not gradually, instantly. The sunrise that should be breaking over the eastern horizon doesn't come. Astronomers checking their feeds see something impossible. A solid structure, reflecting faint starlight, now surrounds the entire solar system at a distance just beyond Earth's orbit. The sun is still burning, still there, but its light no longer reaches us directly. Instead, a uniform, dim glow filters through from every direction, like being inside a hollow sphere lit from within by a captured star. Within hours, every government on Earth receives the same data. We are no longer orbiting freely in open space. We are enclosed. Here's the concept physicist Freeman Dyson proposed in 1960. Any civilization advanced enough eventually needs more energy than its home planet can generate. The solution? Build a structure around your star that captures a significant fraction of its total energy output. Not a solid shell in most modern models. That would be structurally impossible with any known material. Instead, a swarm. Millions of solar collectors, satellites, panels, habitats, orbiting the star at varying distances and angles, together intercepting a huge percentage of the star's energy. Our sun produces enough energy every second to meet humanity's entire annual demand, 1,000 times over. A civilization that captured even a fraction of that would have essentially unlimited power. Now imagine, we're not the ones who built it. We're the ones who got enclosed by it. The immediate problem isn't darkness. Enough light filters through the gaps in the structure to sustain agriculture. Barely. The immediate problem is heat. Earth's climate depends on a precise balance. Energy coming in from the sun, energy radiating back out to the cold of space. Enclosed inside a structure, even one with significant gaps, that balance changes. Reflected and re-emitted heat from the structure itself bounces back toward Earth. Global temperatures begin rising, not from greenhouse gases, from the simple fact that heat which used to escape into the void now has somewhere to bounce back from. Meteorologists run new climate models within the first week. Their conclusion, without intervention, Earth becomes unlivable within decades, not centuries, decades. Every space agency on Earth points every available instrument at the structure. Spectral analysis reveals something stranger than expected. The material isn't natural, it's engineered, layered, patterned. Components that appear to be communicating with each other, faint electromagnetic signals passing between segments of the structure in organized sequences. This isn't debris. This isn't a natural phenomenon. Something built this. And whatever built it didn't ask permission. Radio telescopes begin scanning every frequency for any sign of communication directed at us. Nothing. No greeting. No warning. No explanation. Just silence. And a structure that's slowly cooking the planet it happens to contain. The unsettling realization dawns on every scientist working the problem. Maybe we weren't the target. Maybe Earth was simply in the way of something built for an entirely different purpose. And humanity is an afterthought inside someone else's engineering project. Here's where the story turns toward solutions. If the structure is a swarm rather than a solid shell, which the gaps in starlight strongly suggest, then it has weaknesses a solid shell would not have. Gravitational analysis reveals something crucial. A true Dyson swarm doesn't orbit as one object. Each component follows its own orbital path around the star, which means, over time, natural gaps open and close as different segments move along their orbits. Earth's own orbital position, relative to the swarm, is not fixed either. Engineers and astrophysicists begin modeling Earth's future trajectory through the structure. Their conclusion: within several years, Earth's orbital path will carry it through a region where swarm density is significantly lower. Not freedom, not yet, but a window where enough direct sunlight returns to stabilize the climate long enough to plan something more permanent. Humanity's survival doesn't depend on defeating whoever built this. It depends on understanding the orbital mechanics of a structure never designed with us in mind. Now, here's the thing that should change how you see this entire scenario. In 2015, astronomers studying a star called KIC 8462852, nicknamed Tabby's star, noticed something nobody could fully explain. The star's light dimmed irregularly, up to 22%, far more than a planet passing in front of it could ever cause. For a brief period, a Dyson Sphere was seriously considered as one possible explanation. It turned out to be most likely an unusual cloud of orbiting dust. But here's what matters. For the first time in human history, scientists looked at genuinely strange data from a distant star, and an artificial megastructure was a legitimate hypothesis worth testing. Not science fiction, science. We are actively searching the galaxy right now for stars that dim in exactly the pattern a Dyson Sphere would create. If one civilization out there has already built one, we might already have the data. We just haven't found it yet.